Right, start?
Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm the language evaluator for today, and as a language evaluator, I need to give constructive, creative, and concise feedback on the usage of the English language for the day, how well the English language has been used, and whether there's any misuse of the English language. At the same time, I like to introduce, as a language evaluator, I need to introduce the word of the day to explain the meaning, define the meaning of the word, plus its derivative, and how it should be utilized in the speeches. And I'll urge each and every one of the audience or speakers to use it at least once throughout the meeting. In terms of the pronunciation of the word or words and phrases is equally important for the language evaluator to pick up and to highlight how the words or the phrases is aptly used, creatively used. At the same time, if there's misuse of the phrases or words, it's always the language evaluator's responsibility to highlight, to pick up, and offer and recommend what is the better usage or what is the appropriate usage of the words and phrases. At the same time, in speeches, like an artist, they use paint and brush to beautify the picture, the painting. Likewise, for the speaker, it is important to use phrases which are descriptive, that are colorful, and that evokes the feelings and the emotions of the audience. So importantly, I think we need to also employ rhetorical devices, and there's many rhetorical devices such as anaphora. Anaphora is where you have repeated use of the same words or phrases at the beginning of a sentence, versus the second one is epiphoral or epistrophe, where the same phrases or words are repeated at the end of a sentence. And next we have the hyperphora, where the speaker just poses a question and then answer the question himself, offer the answer himself. So these are all examples, and I will just move on to give you another few more examples, like ellipsis. Ellipsis is the economical usage of words, such as, often the TMD will say that, at the fifth minute, you see the green light, the sixth, the amber light, the seventh, the red. You don't have to repeat, a 7-minute red light. So this is ellipsis. On top of that, we have hyperbole, where the speaker use exaggeration to say that, this bag weighs 1,000 tons. This is to evoke stronger feelings and emotions. So such are the examples that a language evaluator can always introduce during the meeting. And at the same time, to acknowledge and compliment speakers who use that. Meanwhile, for the word of the day, I would recommend that it is the language evaluator's duty and responsibility to get a meaningful and purposeful word, to introduce it to the meeting, such that it will help to enrich the vocabulary of all the audience. Okay, and the chosen word, such as in this case, I chose the word competent. Competent, and I said this is a adjective, and its derivative will be like compete as a verb form, and competency as a noun form. And this word of the day, written, can be pasted at the back of the meeting room, such that when speakers are up there, they can see the word of the day and use it at least once. Whether it's the word of the day or its derivatives, doesn't matter. Now, I'd like to go on to pronunciation. It is also important that if a word is not pronounced properly, such as I think the commonly used word is project. When you say, when the speaker is doing project 1, project, the emphasis is on the first syllable, pro. And then if it's used in the verb form, you'll be project your voice so that it is clear and loud, right? Other examples will be like contest. Okay, we are all ready for the annual contest. But if you use it in the verb form, it will be like contest. We need to all contest against one another. And that's a healthy way of increasing our speech ability and deliveries. So all in all, it is interesting too, that as a language evaluator, to encourage and praise and compliment speakers for the good usage of English. At the same time, if there's misuse of the English language, always point it out and offer examples. And likewise, compliment those speakers who use the word of the day. So I think it is like the project evaluation, where we need to compliment our speakers and then offer recommendations, and thereafter compliment and encourage the speakers again. Right? Is that okay? I think